this video, we're going to learn how to find the inverse of 3 by 3 matrices by creating the adjoint matrix. Alright, step number 1. Find the determinant of the matrix A. If the determinant is 0, the matrix has no inverse. You done. If the determinant is not 0, then the matrix is invertible. You need to move on to step 2. Step number 2. Find the determinant of each of the 2 by 2 minor matrices of the matrix A and alternate the sign. Alright, so I'm going to start with the first element right here. This element is in the first row, first column. Then the 2 by 2 minor matrix should be this guy right here. Right? And the sign keep changing. Plus, minus, plus. And this guy plus, this guy must be minus, this guy must be plus. This is negative, this must be positive, negative, right? And this guy positive, this guy must be negative and positive, right? Now, C12, which means first row, second column, right? So, the 2 by 2 minor matrix is D, F, G, K, right here. Similarly, for C13, C21, C22, C23, C31, C32, and C33, right? Now, step number 3. We're going to create the matrix of cofactors by organizing the elements right here, right? C11, C12, C13 is right here, right? C21, C22, C23 right here. And C31, C32, and C33 right here, right? Now, step number 4. Create the adjoint matrix by transposing the cofactor matrix, which means you're going to turn rows into columns, right? And the last step, you're going to divide each element of the adjoint matrix by the determinant to get the inverse. Now, let's take a look at example number 1. We need to find the inverse of this matrix A. First, we need to find the determinant of this matrix A, right? So, we're going to copy the first 2 columns over here. Alright, so the determinant of the matrix A is, you're going to start from top left to bottom right. So 1 times 0 times 0 is going to be 0, right? 2 times 1 times 1 is going to be 2. And negative 1 times negative 2 times negative 1 is going to be negative 2, right? Subtract bottom left to top right. It's going to be this one right here. 1 times 0 times negative 1 is going to be 0. Negative 1 times 1 times 1 is going to be negative 1. And 0 times negative 2 times 2 is going to be 0. Right? So the answer is 1. Since this one different from 0, so then the matrix A is invertible, right? Now we're going to move on to step number 2. We need to find the determinant of each 2 by 2 minor matrices of the matrix A, right? So I have C11 equals plus, right? C11 is right here, right? So we cross out this guy, and the matrix is right here, right? 0 times 0 minus negative 1 times 1 is going to be 1, right? Now C12 is going to be minus C12 is right here, right? Cross out this guy, it's going to be negative 2, 1, 1, 0, right? This guy equals negative 2 times 0, it could be 0 subtract 1, and you have negative 1 right here. So it could be plus 1, right? Now C13 is going to be plus side, right? So C13 is right here, right? Cross out this guy, So you have negative 2, 0, 1, negative 1, right? Now, to calculate this one, it's going to be negative 2 times negative 1, it could be 2, subtract 0, it could be 2, right? C21 is going to be, this is plus side, this side must be minus, right? So C21, which means second row, first column is right here, right? So cross out this guy, You have 2, -1, and -1, 0. So it's going to be 2 times 0 is going to be 0, subtract 1. So it could be -1, and you have negative side over here, becomes 1, right? Now, next one, C2, 2, right? This guy minus, this guy must be plus, right? So C2, 2 is right here, right? So cross out this guy, cross out this guy. It should be 1, -1, and 1, 0, right? So 1 times 0, it could be 0. Subtract 1 times -1, so it should be 1, right? C2, 3 is minus. C2, 3 is right here. Cross out this guy, cross out this guy. You have 1, 2, 1, -1. 1 times -1 is going to be -1. Subtract 2, it could be -3, and you have negative side here, becomes 3, right? And C3, 1 equals, this is minus, this guy must be plus, right? It could be right here. Cross out this guy, cross out this guy. It could be 2, -1, and 0, 1, right? So it could be 2. C3, 2 is going to be minus. C3, 2 is right here. Cross out this guy, cross out this guy, right? 1, -1, and -2, 1. It's going to be 1. And C3, 3 equals, this is minus, this guy must be plus, right? So the last element right here, cross out this guy, cross out this guy, we have 1, 2, and -2, 0, right? So 1 times 0 is going to be 0, subtract -4 is going to be 4, right? Now we need to create the matrix of cofactors, right? So we have C equals, you just copy this value down. So it can be 1, 1, 2, right? 1, 1, 1, and 2, 3, 4, right? Then you're going to create the adjoint matrix by transposing the cofactor matrix, right? Which is CT right here. It's going to be, the row becomes column, right? So 1, 1, 2, and 1, 1, 3, and 2, 1, 4, right? Now the last step, you're going to take each of these elements right here, you divide by determinant, right? Determinant is 1, right? So we have A inverse equals this one, right? And it's good time to stop. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember that if you failing to prepare, you're preparing to fail.
We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine.